What is up, guys? Patrick here for How I Became, and today we are talking to Craig from CraigTube. So Craig, how did you become CraigTube?
How you doing, Patrick? You know, I joined YouTube in 2006, I believe, and I had no idea, you know, what I was going to do. I'm a videographer by nature, so as soon as I found out you could put video on the internet, I was all about it. I was all over that. So I thought, yeah, I could do some cooking or play the drums, or, you know, and which is kind of what I did. And I'm a drummer, so I did some drumming videos, and I just stuck some home videos up on there just to see how people would respond. And it was just really just an experiment. I didn't think it was going to last. I figured I'd get bored of it in 6 months and move on to something else. And I was standing out the front of my house one day, and with a neighbor, and we were talking. I was drinking a home brew. Now, this is kind of what it's all about, just for your viewers, in case they don't know. My channel is about, you know, it's about making your own beer. So this is what I was doing, standing outside drinking one of my own homemade beers. And he said to me, he says, "You make that stuff?" And I was like, yeah, I make it. You know, I make it in my house. "How do you do that?" He says, how do you make beer?" So I started explaining a thing or two, and you know, very basic. And he was kind of looking at me kind of sideways, like, "Oh man, I don't know. It sounds kind of complicated." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make a video of myself making a batch, and I'll put it on YouTube." Of course, this was 2007 by now, and in 2007, not that many people knew what YouTube even was.
Yeah.
But and there wasn't really a lot of content on YouTube. I mean, it was only a year and a half old at that time, the service. So I went in and I thought, sure, I'll do this brewing video. Now, when I created the channel, you know, they ask you for a username. What do you want as a name, you know? And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, it's YouTube, right? So you is you and me and
yeah.
Craig. So I just called it CraigTube. And that's how the name came about. So I had, you know, a few different videos up on there of playing the drums and singing and whatnot. And then, so I did this brewing video, and it was a 4-part series, how to make beer. And it was really crude. I mean, here I am in the kitchen with a pot and a spatula and a can opener and, you know, this malt extract that you can buy, you know, you used to make the beer with, and some sugar and very basic stuff. And I just said, you know what, this is how I do it. I know there's more complicated ways of making beer, and there's more that you can put into it, more ingredients, but I'm kind of lazy, and this is the way I do it. And why do I brew beer? Save money. Beer's expensive where I live. So if you can make your own, it's much cheaper, and you can make just as good a beer, if not better, when you know, make it yourself. Yeah. It's just as good, if not better, than store-bought beer. So I did that. And the video, because at the time there wasn't really a lot of brewing videos on YouTube, or if any, maybe there might have been 1 or 2. So it was something new, you know, something different. And again, there was like a lot of cats falling off of windowsills, yeah, but there was a lot of brewing stuff. So I kind of got in the game early, which is kind of, I think, one of the reasons why it's gotten to the point where it is.
Yeah.
So that, you know, that's how it started. Now, I don't know how much further you want me to, you know, I can, you know, explain how it sort of picked up, but
yeah, that's a question I'll ask later, but